Hello, everybody, and thanks for coming back onto my YouTube channel. My name is Lupe, and today I will be sharing more about self-love. It will be self-love part 2 because self-love to me, or for me, has been a completely life-changing, super transformational journey, and I'm still on it. I don't believe that there's any end to self-love or connecting with yourself, with your higher self, your inner being, with your life purpose, with your mission in life. I think that the more that we say, oh, I know, I got this down, I'm good, like the more that we are like living from our ego, and the more that we're willing to say, wow, I've been to workshops, I've been to seminars, I've been, at retreats, and I've learned from great keynote speakers and shamans and all of this. The more I dive deep into it, the less I know. And that's my experience. So yeah, I've been to seminars and workshops, and I just went to a Reiki workshop. It was for groups. I think it was close to 20 people, and it was super healing, super good. And so I'm super open to doing new things, especially when it connects me more with like my passion, my awareness, being awakened, any kind of expansiveness. I go to money management seminars, I go to business mastery seminars, a lot of personal development. And this is not to say that I'm advanced or I'm better than anybody else. Not at all. Actually, the more I go to these workshops and seminars, and I listen to speakers, and I go to all these conferences, and now for my business, I go to business conferences and coaching and training, the more I realize that I don't know. And the more I realize that, wow, I'm like so new. Like certain people that have been doing some of the things that I'm doing, but they've been doing it for the past 20, 30 years. Yeah, I'm a spring chicken, But also, the reason why I started this YouTube channel, and I had so much resistance to like starting this YouTube channel, because I was like, who am I to share like my knowledge? Who am I to share my wisdom? Who am I to share like what's helped in my life? And then so I've gone to a few workshops and like retreats, and like week-long retreats, and where I barely even touch my cell phone. I don't really talk to family or friends or business partners, or like, right. It's like, what? That's a thing? Yes. If you're into growth, expansion, personal development, I say if you can find week-long retreats where they're so, I keep using the word expansive because that's what it is, where they're so expansive, they want you to grow as a person and raise the vibration of the planet and help your community and follow your heart and really look deep into what it is you're passionate about and what you love to do, so you can be a light for others. I mean, freaking jump in. I am just a completely different person from about 2-3 years ago. I'm so different. It's so wild. Like, man. So that's why I started my YouTube channel, because at first I was super doubting myself. And then I was like, wait, I can't keep all this knowledge in me, and wisdom and things that help me and stuff, because I know that the people that were raised in similar households and situations and ethnic backgrounds and, so on and so forth, I know that a lot of those people are not even tapping of their potential. Like, I'm not saying I'm super advanced and I'm better than anybody else by any means. I cannot express that enough. But I also know that I've grown so much and I'm completely like so different. Like, even from 6 months ago, it's wild, right? And yeah, it costs money, and yeah, I'm passionate about it, but I mean, when it's a priority to you, you're gonna do it. So I know, like, some people tell me they want to travel the world and all this stuff, but they spend all their money on eating like Taco Bell and Wendy's like every day, like 3 to 4 meals a day. And they go to the movie theater all the time, and they go to Disneyland all the time, and they go to like all of these things like consistently. I understand. I have family that really loves to go to Disneyland. That's fine. If it's like your birthday or the kid's birthday or something, cool. But I don't want to hear that you're broke, but you're doing all these things and you're actually spending more money than me, right? And then I get to hear about you being broke, but it's you making you broke, you know? You got me? So, yes, it's expensive to buy organic food, but you're going to spend money on food anyway. And instead of eating Jack in the Box or, you know, whatever other box dinner, why don't you choose to buy something that's going to nourish your body and that's going to give you energy, something that's alive, something with phytonutrients, something that, you know, that the sun gave life to, that the soil helped it grow. Like, let's put that into perspective. Like, you really are what you eat. So if you're putting a bunch of junk in your body and you're sitting in front of a TV that feeds junk to your mind, what do you really expect your life to be? Like, I want to love on you, but also let's get real. Let's have some real conversations and let's take responsibility for ourselves. So that's another thing that why I was like, who am I not to, right? So I was at some retreats and then I realized, who am I not to share this information? Like, who am I not to freaking share what worked for me? And I mean, you may know me personally and that's cool and all, but like, for most of the time in my life as a child, I grew up in the hood in LA. And I'm not talking about the hood in Orange County. No, I'm talking about Watts. I'm talking about South Central. I'm talking about Compton, Inglewood. You know, I grew up in these places where I remember this one time, I must have been like 4, 5, something like that. And so then I was with my brother and my sister, and we were at school, yet I think it was like at the end of the day, so we were like walking together and with our little backpacks looking all cute and stuff, you know, imagine me as a little baby. So then like I remember these 2 guys, and they must have been teenagers, maybe they were like high schoolers, and they, honest to God, 2 of them, 2 guys, they were hitting us up. Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you going? And it's like, what? Like, I'm 4 or 5. My brother's 5 or 6. My sister's 6 or 7, you know, around that time. And I'm like, really? Like, oh my God, I was so scared. Let's get out of here. And I don't know if we ran or I can't remember the exact situation, like anything past that, but I think that was so impactful. Like, that's where I grew up. And yeah, we moved out of there and then came back like so many times, but not by choice, but by circumstance. Anyway, and so, I mean, I also grew up around, after that, well, around 9, I must have been about 8 or 9. No, I was 8. I remember because my 9th birthday was there. Then we were around a lot of people from Hawaii and a lot of like white people, Asian people, and Hispanics. And then, but it was a huge mixture, but it was a lot of people from like the islands, you know, from Hawaii, and like a lot of Filipinos and things like that. And then after that, we ended up, I want to say, moved back to LA for a little bit. And then around 10, I remember moving to San Diego. And that was a huge culture shock, like huge. I think it was myself, my brother, my sister, and like 4 other kids in the whole school. It was middle school. In the whole, well, I was in 5th grade and then I went to middle school. But when we were all 3 of us, my siblings and I, we were 3 out of like the 5 or 6 Hispanic kids. Like, we're Mexican, but I don't know what they were. So, like, are you kidding me? I think there were like very small populations, like literally minorities. And about 90% were white kids. And I didn't have anything against them, but I went through, I felt rejected a lot. And so I learned to reject myself. Like, I don't know if I was embarrassed or afraid to speak Spanish. Like, I mean, Spanish is my primary language, but I feel that around that time, I was like 10 and 11, and I started to reject myself. Like, I didn't want to associate with all the other Mexicans or whatever, because I was like, is it bad to be Mexican, you know? And so obviously I still talk to them because 2 of them were my siblings. But it was so wild, super culture shock. However, I learned how to spell really well. I learned to spell really well. I learned to enunciate words. Man, my reading took off. It was a blue ribbon school in California, San Diego, California. And it was amazing. And I had a passion for like Goosebump books and things like that. And I was just like reading one after another. I was like devouring them because they had a really cool library. So then on that aspect, I started to learn to accept myself. It was so crazy. But being this video about self-love, what I'm getting to is, it doesn't matter where you came from. You cannot live in your past. If you're gonna accept other people and expect other people if you expect other people to accept you and feel accepted by others, actually, because you can't really have expectations of others. But, you know, it all starts with you, is what I want to say. So I learned, like, who am I not to, like, share this information that's super valuable, and it's changed my life. And it may sound super simple, but really, like, how often do you look in the mirror and gaze at yourself and say, wow, you're such a beautiful creature. Like, you're perfect and divine the way you are. Like, oh my God, I truly am enough, you know? Like, how many times do you say that? Or are you afraid to even look in the mirror? Or do you say really nasty, harmful, shameful things in the mirror when you look at yourself, you know? Like, I started a few years back to listen to Louise Hay. I think I talked about her in my last video, but if you didn't catch it, check out Louise Hay. She has since passed, and I think I found her, a bunch of her stuff on YouTube. And also you can go to Hay House because she's the founder of Hay House. But I found so much of her stuff. I was going through something in my past relationship. I was just feeling like overwhelmed by life. And it was so crazy. She had just passed away. I'm talking months, like 3 months after she passed away. Like, all of this stuff just started going into my feed on YouTube. And the same thing happened with Dr. Wayne Dyer. You know, like, he had just passed. I think when I found out about Dr. Wayne Dyer, I think he had already been gone, like passed on, not gone, but you know, he had passed on for about a year. And then I found all his stuff. Like, I was actually meditating on like help from the universe, and a bunch of Dr. Wayne Dyer's stuff also made it my way through YouTube, through Instagram, through like other social media, through books and audios. Like, it was wild, you know. But that's what happens when people are ready to move on to the next stage of self-love, of acceptance, of healing. Like, you will find the teachers, you will find people that inspire you and so are so easy to listen to. So if that's not me, go check out Dr. Wayne Dyer, go check out Louise Hay. And another big name I want to throw out there, well, oh my god, she's like so huge in my book, is Marisa Peer. Marisa with one S, and Peer, P-E-E-R. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She's like one of Britain's top, like, #1 hypnotherapists, and she does rapid transformational therapy. And I bought, she has a lot of free things, so go on marisapeer.com, I believe. She has the movement, which is hashtag I am enough. And if you don't know about that, oh my god, let me just tell you real quick. She realized that one of the biggest things that people were coming to her for, as in therapy, were basically, she pinpointed that we do not feel like we are enough. And until we feel that we are enough, we're going to lower our standards, we're going to accept less, and we're going to self-sabotage ourselves in different ways. And also, we may possibly also create disharmony within our body. As I've mentioned before, that dis-ease comes from disharmony in our body, in our minds, in our thinking, and in the way that we're treating ourselves. So I know this because I am on this journey, and I still self-sabotage, and I still, you know, have done some of these things in the past. So every day I am improving, and I'm accepting myself more. And so Marisa Peer has that hashtag I am enough, and she says, write I am enough on your mirror, put it in magnetic strips on your fridge, write it, doodle it, wherever. I've even seen people that have the tattoo I am enough, because that has been so transformational, and it's actually changed my life so much. But like I said, this is still a journey, so I'm totally a work in progress. And a work in progress is like a work of art that's still being worked on. You know, you don't say, oh, what is that? Like, I can't tell what it is. Like, can you hurry up and finish it so I can like see what it is. Like I want to see that piece of art hanging already like on the wall or something. You don't rush artists. It's like you don't rush the universe. And so I didn't intend for this video to be so long, but as you can tell, I'm super passionate about sharing about self-love and sharing about the people that inspire me to keep moving forward and things that have helped me. I want, if I can inspire at least one person, then great. Because like Dr. Wayne Dyer says, do not die with the music still inside of you. And that's knowledge and wisdom. So who am I not to share? You know? Well, thanks again for watching this episode on Self-Love Journey Part 2. Stay tuned. I may make a part 3, but most definitely I'm going to make another video about intuition and trusting yourself and how to develop your intuition and what that looks like and what that could look like for you. Okay, well, have a good night or good morning wherever you are in the world. Talk to you soon. Bye. Don't forget, or I should say, remember, click on the subscribe button, share, like, and I'll see you next time.